Rogue, a team that you expect to be the favorite in this, the desk even having it be their favorite. They fell to X set though. Does that change anything for you?
You know, it kind of does for me, to be honest. And, you know, Rogue was this dominant team all winter, and then to fall to a team like Xset, who, you know, isn't as good as G2, I think Rogue is going to have their work cut out for them, especially against the G2 squad that, you know, I would say the pressure's kind of off. They know that this is the last run. This is the final foray, and there it is, Chicago. What a save by First Killer. But I think this is going to be a dangerous G2 to play against when they're just coming out to have fun.
Yeah, no doubt. Sometimes you see teams play their best game in that situation. It's a little similar to that honeymoon phase where you know that there's no expectations on you. You're just out there and just seeing what you can do. Rogue find themselves playing defense right now. Chicago, he's a demolition man. 2 back-to-back. That's a scorcher on net. Rizzo with a boomer for the first goal of the series.
Rizzo keeps it alive. Rizzo with the corner read, and the demo opens things up, and that ball just trickles its way into net. And what a way to open up the series for G2.
25 miles an hour. Had to use a radar gun on that. So fast.
At least he could get through a school zone on that one.
Not wrong. Good start for G2. Chicago, when he's demoing, G2 is one of the most frustrating teams to play against. Now demo on the other end. First Killer dishes it back to Taroko. This was a selfless play and a textbook give and go.
Yeah, just a 1-2-1. Great pass from Taroko, but an even better one back to Taroko from First Killer. Great read there from Rogue, and I love to see that. And so we're all tied up 1-1. Rogue doing a great job there to get that one back from G2. And now things are kind of even up, and I expect to see the pace kind of slow and normalize here from both teams as Rizzo gets it over one defender, but First Killer up on that back wall. Great clear all the way downfield.
And this is close start. I think we expected this to be the case. Leaf going with G2. The only one. Twitch chat heavily in favor of G2, but you know, this does feel like a coin flip.
Especially with the sweep from Xset over Rogue.
And that's not the best touch from Taroko. Rizzo with the 50, cleared off the goal line by First Killer. Taroko will dribble it out, going for a flick. The 50 kicked it high. JNaps reads that well off the arc, but gets Rizzo gets demoed shortly after. JNaps, another clear has to come through. Chicago going for the double tap, broken up by Turnturo.
And what a defensive-sided match we've got here, James. Not a lot of shots from either team. We only have 4 shots in this entire match, and we're already at halftime. 3 in favor of G2 and 1 on the side of Rogue. And Rizzo finds the open net. And First Killer just looked at it and realized, I've got no angle to do anything.
Chicago winning that challenge there. He not only beats his defender, but also puts the ball in a spot where Rizzo can take a shot. Chicago having a great game so far. Rizzo, both goals coming from him as well. So G2, if you're a fan, this is what you hope to see.
Oh man, how great would it be if they win this major and just end it on the highest note possible for Rizzo?
What are you, are you a G2 fan?
I'm a Rocket League fan, and I'm a storyline fan. And you know, a player like Rizzo that has just been always so good for the esport, I just want to see go out as good as possible. Yeah, he never got to win a world championship, but you know, he's always been at the top. And you know, I can't say anything bad about the guy.
He did have a scoring chance there.
Oh, now you're gonna nitpick?
I'm nitpicking a little bit.
That's fair.
Could have been 3-0 or 3-1 right now, but G2 is keeping tons of pressure on. Chicago, 50, rebound out in front of net. Rizzo, will he leave it? No, he'll take it. JNaps also going for it as well. Slight confusion. Demo on Rizzo. Rizzo's probably gotten demoed 4 or 5 times this game.
And it's just wrong place, wrong time, to be honest, because Rogue looking for it, and that one,
my goodness,
somehow stays out, just hits the post in the worst way possible, and G2 able to get it out of their half.
And what a pinch as well to follow things up. That was dangerously close to being a goal. Rogue perhaps feeling robbed. Chicago misses on that touch. Turnturo going for net, but JNaps will boom it out. Chicago wasn't able to slip that by. Now first killer, airborne, gets rid of it early. Taroko didn't have enough speed to get there. And a team bump on the wall from Rogue. This is going to make things awkward for him on the back. You see first killer having to sprint back for it.
And here we go. Not the guy you want off the side wall. First killer can't find the double tap. Good defense there from Chicago. And 15 seconds to go. Rogue need one, but G2 marching down the field. Chicago gets the flick, turned away by Taroko. And here we go, James. Everything on the line right now for Rogue, but they're needing to go the full length of the field, and it's not going to happen. JNaps with the dagger.
Yeah, JNaps going to put a close on this one. You saw Turnturo going upfield. He was expecting Taroko to hit it up, but that was a lob that JNaps jumped right on top of. So G2, they have a strong performance in game one. They'll get the win, and man, it was an oil bath out there, Subi. So many demos in this one. Rizzo getting demoed a ton of times, but it started out with Chicago getting a bunch of demos, and that actually opened up the chances for G2 early on.
Yeah, and G2 coming out in form here in game number one. Looked very speedy, very fast, and I think this is a dangerous team when the pressure's off and they're just going out to have fun, because that's just kind of the personality of these guys. When there's no pressure, play so well, and when they're having fun, kiss yourself goodnight. But Rogue couldn't get the job done there, and one of those shots almost went in just off of the post, and you got to think if that one goes in, we're going to be sitting in overtime right now, and could be a different story, but sometimes that's just the way the Rocket League cookie crumbles.
And you talk about a delicious cookie, Rizzo. You know, he's a snack in this game. 2 goals to his name. The goals, honestly, though, that 125-mile-an-hour goal, and I'm stretching it there, but that 25-mile-an-hour goal was, again, the result of a demo. G2, the demo game on point, and I just can't stress it enough. When G2 is connecting on these demos, especially when Chicago's getting those demos on that last player back, G2, they're a handful. And they proved it this game. Rogue falling in game one. They did have some good moments, though. You think about that give and go. That was a very solid play from Rogue, and you see the threat that they pose.
Yeah, and those demos that they were going for weren't high-risk demos either. They were kind of just, all right, I'm already here. I'm already going to be rotating out. Let's see if I can make contact with a defender. And sure enough, they did. And those are the demos that work out the best for your team. And Rogue, Taroko, found himself in the perfect position to challenge this ball.
And with Rogue being swept by XSET, if they lose another one here, maybe you start sounding that alarm.
Man, I hope not.
Good
Just
beat.
when I got on the Rogue train, you know, this is a team that I really think has what it takes to succeed at the highest levels. Obviously, they've won regionals rather, and we've seen that they can compete with the very best and be consistent at it. But it's okay to have one poor game. But yeah, James, we've got to keep all eyes on this matchup, because if they get swept by G2, I agree. Start sounding that panic alarm.
JNaps weaving around defenders. Taroko wanted to get that demo, but JNaps too savvy for that. On the counterattack, Chicago with the challenge. Turnturo right towards net, easily saved. Chicago, lovely flick. Rizzo, nice touch back to Chicago, goes for the backward pass, but JNaps will get demoed. To sprint to the other end, double tap ball. It's hit by Turnturo.
Beautiful give and go there from first killer, and great comms from Turnturo to call first killer off. But that angle to get it underneath the crossbar and make it a bounce shot makes it so hard to defend.
Turnturo taking over. You saw how quickly he was up. First killer was also airborne. And that is one place where Rogue is so deadly, is up there in that aerial game. They are not afraid to follow each other up, you know, very close.
Yeah, some high flyers for sure. And the confidence that they have in their aerial abilities is what makes them so deadly. They know what they can do, and they know what they can hit, and that speed is the difference maker.
And their willingness to jump up right behind their teammate if they know they're going to get there first. Turo in that situation got so much power on that hit to the backboard that set up the strong bounce so he could even hit that double tap. So Rogue, they're leading. We're approaching the halfway point. Rogue looking to be recovered. G2 been fighting back from their own half most of this one.
And speaking of high flying, just on that clear, Turo was on the opposite side, up on the ceiling, just in case the ball went his way, he was going to have a look at it. I mean, these guys go from some crazy stuff.
Chicago, he was looking for the pass from JNaps. Rizzo was ready to go for the demo in net, but there's no defenders back there. JNaps up to Chicago. Chicago trying to slow play it, maybe hoping for that 50-50. See a double commit from G2, low shot, Rizzo pinches it out, and the follow-up shot was high. Still dangerous, first killer, light touch, and now Chicago will clear it down. Turo getting the boost from the corner, cutting that one close.
Risky move, but it paid off, and Turo able to get that one, thankfully, as it was a double commit on the side of Rogue, and G2 starting to inch closer and closer to that Rogue net, but their touches just aren't quite there, and there's a good one, but a little too wide. And Rizzo missing on that one.
Turo racing Chicago. Slams that far corner, and now Chicago will dump that down. JNaps getting the corner boost steal. Turo over to first killer. Rizzo cutting out the pass. Turo back to the corner. JNaps booming it. Chicago redirect going for the backboard pass, but Turo will cut it out. JNaps out of boost. Drop pass for Rizzo. Yeah. Rizzo tried to catch it, but first killer was so fast, ended up breaking up the play.
Yeah, that's a tough one, and a great demo there by Rizzo. His first killer was trying to dump that ball far side for Turo, but Rizzo got rid of him, and JNaps, great 50-50 on the back wall, but still can't get that ball towards the box.
Rizzo with the 50. Rogue experiencing some pressure now late from G2. JNaps, that was a dud of a hit. Went down to Turo, up to Turo. Rizzo trying to pop it up for JNaps, but it was too close. Chicago trying to kickstart this last counterattack for G2. Oh, that could have been it. Rizzo with full boost. It bounced down, keeps it airborne. Ball to the corner, that's gonna bounce down. It's kept alive. Rizzo will keep this in play. Going for the pass down. No, he leaves it for Chicago. It's a nice bounce. And that double commit, that'll end it. Rogue, hang on. It was a long 0-second ball.
Wow.
But Rogue still were able to do it.
I can't believe that Rogue kept that ball up in their own half. That was not the wisest choice there. Just let that ball hit the ground, boys, and see yourself into game number 3. But still come out victorious and really kept G2 at bay. G2 could get nothing going on the offensive end. I mean, they did get the shots, but they just couldn't get in the back of the net.
Yeah, the speed at which they're going for it. They're just getting up in the air early. You see first killer, Turo, all of them doing it. And even on offense, that willingness to jump early and just commit, that is making the difference for them. But still a very close game. We saw that one play where I can't remember if it was Turo getting that boost in the corner. Then they had to boost all the way back far post to make a save. So this one was close. Now we're tied up in the series at 1 apiece. This one will put somebody on match point. And G2 Rogue both hanging in there. They're looking well matched at this point, Subi.
Yeah, and if you're on Rogue and you can get your confidence levels to rise even further, I think it's going to be a quick series from this point forward, because Rogue was looking so fast in that game number 2, and G2 just couldn't go pace for pace with it.
First killer. The best touch there. He wanted to pop it high.
There you go.
And that's a nice bounce down. Chicago had it pinball off Taroko and first killer. Nice touch from Chicago. Rizzo, the bounce shot. Turnturo getting back to the wall, is low on boost though. He won't be able to jump up for the next one. Gets demoed as well. First killer, high flick. Rizzo, tap to Chicago, comes off the wall. It's gonna be high. The double tap was there. Chicago just didn't have the line.
Both players missing that one. A little sloppy play in the first 45 seconds. And Chicago missing on that one as well. Gotta recollect their emotions here. Everything kind of riding on this game 3, in my opinion. I think it is so important to get game 3 under your belt if you're trying to win the series. And a great clear from first killer all the way downfield. And we were talking about it, James, but G2, even if they do lose this series, but they win one more game, so they get 2 total wins, they'll clinch number 1 in the group. So they need to really focus on game number 3.
Yeah, just might as well clinch that number 1 right here, right now. Game 3.
Might as well.
First killer. Double tap pass out to the middle. Chicago jumps on it. Taroko back to the backboard. First killer into the middle. Taroko not going to be able to go for that. He's low on boost. Chicago jumping from the other side of the field. First killer beat him by a good margin. A good touch right turn. Turo. He was looking to catch that and dribble it underneath. He almost pulled it off. Far pass. JNap's going to have a shot here. First touch goes for the flick instead. There's no one to clean up on that rebound. JNap's, maybe you just take the shot right away. You saw he wanted to try to set up a better one with that first touch, but it's tough to get that first touch in a way that lets you really rip one.
Yeah, great pass from Chicago, but a little too far forward and close to the goal line. Put it right in the defender's lap. I'm loving the patience that I'm seeing from Chicago in this game. He's just waiting for his moment to strike and waiting for his opportunity. And just misses the demo on Taroko there.
Chicago. The corner has JNap's come help him out, and Chicago will pick up the mid boost. This could be a chance. Chicago, you saw him have to turn. First killer, trying to lead the counter. Taroko gets some help there, but JNap's in position to hit it right back into the Rogue half. Rogue doing everything they can to break down this Rogue defense up at the midfield.
This is open net. Rizzo just has to put it on target, and he does with perfection. G2 go up by 1.
And G2 having most of the pressure, but this is classic Rizzo. Demo right into a goal. G2 now.
Columns too.
Yeah, that's so important when you can tell your teammate, sometimes when the ball is up there like that, they can't see what's in front of them. But if you say, I got the demo, hit me upfield, they're going to do it. JNap's was able to get that pass perfectly over to Rizzo. Low scoring game though, and series. This is a dangerous one. It's just in. A 50 bouncing up off the ceiling and in. You don't see that too often.
Oh my. Yeah, try and do that again. I dare you. But hey, Rogue will take it. Tie the game up. And an unfortunate situation for G2. You're playing great and just a poor 50-50. Doesn't go your way. And Turnturo puts one close, but just misses that upper 90.
Another one off the ceiling and down. First killer trying to flip to it. Rizzo, light touch. First killer on 0 boost. Lobbed it up. JNap's gets it around Turo. 50 from first, who's still on 0, gets another quality 50-50 ball. That one shooting deep into G2's corner.
That was a great pass from Turnturo. Gets the soft touch, but goes backwards with it. And Taroko rushing back to get back on this back wall and gets a nice clear downfield.
No confusion there for G2 on the clear. That left the net open. And they get away with one there now. 2v1, Rizzo Going for backboard, easily cleared from first killer. It's a shot all the way on net, but JNaps, he's been waiting in the back quite a bit for G2. Rizzo to the middle. Got less than 30 seconds to go. Rizzo pinch. Churro out to the middle of the field, is gonna catch it, go for a dribble. JNaps cuts out the play again. Chicago going for a 50. No, he goes right for net, and it's saved from Taroko. Another save from JNaps, who has been rock solid in that third man position.
He had the angle for that double. Here we go. Good decision there from Rizzo to just slam it into the ground. And game 3, arguably one of the most important of the series when it's all knotted up, goes to overtime.
Rizzo is going to have to get the read. He does. You hate those reads, the ones you have to go straight up for. Rizzo able to get the touch. JNaps on the backboard. Control. Down to the ground. Turntro gets a demo. JNaps did it right back. No one's there. JNaps sprinting back. And he's running on fumes right now. The corner boost stolen right in front of his face yet again. Just gonna have to hit it and bail. First killer. Great read off the backboard. Makes it look easy. Chicago upfield.
Good chance here from Chicago. Great push downfield. Love that from G2, but Rogue, and I swear they just continue to make my jaw drop at how fast they can get up to these balls.
And not only that, but the speed first killer is able to maintain even at 0 boost, and the 50s that he's able to win. We've seen him multiple times this series where he's got nothing in the tank, but still wins a 50-50 that launches all the way downfield. Now Turo didn't get the best hit there. Counterattack is on. Chicago low 50. Has Rizzo in the middle, but the demo is going to slow things down. Rizzo, ball bounced off his car, switched fields. Now Turnturo, the shot off the crossbar, down and out. Rogue coming in within inches of winning this one in overtime.
Oh, G2 getting away with one, and Turnturo puts it back post. G2 trying to stay in this offensive half. They've looked good, but they just can't maintain pressure there, as Rogue doing a great job of getting these clears to go into some transition offense. And just as a reminder, once again, if G2 do take this game, they clinch #1 in their group.
Turo. And you know Rogue's going to know that as well. They can already feel the series on the line, the group on the line, at least for that #1 spot. Chicago letting first killer challenge into him. JNaps, first touch control in the air, going for a 50, but that last touch got away from him too far. First killer able to boom it downfield. Now off the ceiling, Rizzo loses the challenge. The double tap from first killer, and Rogue will win this one in overtime.
And look at his boost management in the air. The tap, 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 and just puts himself in perfect position to put it on target. Great double tap there by first killer.
Even low on boost, first killer will be perfect with it and be able to find that shot. First killer, huge game, 824 points, 2 goals, 3 saves on 5 shots.
And great job there by Rogue to get it done in overtime, get that job finished, and G2 just looked pretty stagnant there in overtime. Didn't look like they had a lot of offense, didn't look like they could maintain that offense, and it just looked like it was all Rogue in just a matter of time before that goal went in the back of the net.
Rizzo, it seemed like that one goal might be enough to get G2 the win, and then that unfortunate bounce for G2. Fortunate if we're certainly going Rogue's way.
Yeah, and I'm going to be watching JNaps in this game because Chicago was playing nice and patient, Rizzo doing his job. But I want to see what JNaps pulls out here with the series on the line. We've heard that knapsack terminology for so long, and we know that he is capable of greatness, and right now is time for that greatness to shine, rather.
Certainly, there's no time like the present, especially with the group on the line. You just got to get one more win. You don't even have to win the series, just one more game. We'll see if G2 can do it. First killer to the 50 on the goal line. JNabs keeps it out. And now on the other end, it's a race. Chicago, the wave dash. And he won't connect, but G2 gonna be happy that there was no goal.
JNabs holding down that back line for G2. Gets it done defensively. Can he get it done offensively? They've got to keep first killer at bay.
Chicago. Gonna have that ball leak out to JNabs. First killer. First killer. So much talk about him being the best player in North America and the best player in the world after those recent performances, even in the winter major. First killer not failing to, not failing to deliver either in this series.
Best player in the world?
Oh yeah, you haven't been hearing these conversations?
I guess I haven't had my ear directly on the ground. I've had it pretty low to the ground, but that's a bold statement there. He is one of the best for sure, but when Monkey Moon's marching around, I don't think there's much you can argue. But
First killer.
Subjective, right?
What is it, you know?
Oh!
And Chicago gonna leak this one in.
And I think the demo made first killer just hold on his brakes, and he could have just went right underneath that. But either way, I'm not sure if he catches up to that ball. And G2 up by 1 here. First minute and a half gone by. So far, they're doing a great job.
G2, they got the lead early on in the last game. They weren't able to hold on. Can they do it this time? JNabs. Center ball. First killer hopping in there, making sure no shot comes. But Chicago and JNabs leading the attack. Chicago got that mid boost. Rizzo, a nice chip up for JNabs. JNabs, the shot comes out, but it was wide. That chip, though, you could see the writing on the wall for Rogue if JNabs puts that on target. Good chance of that one going in. Rizzo with a demo on Churro in the goal as well. G2 starting to look a bit more ferocious.
Oh, bumping net.
Oh, another
one. It took it to go in.
JNabs scores this somehow. The goals in this series have been special. I'll say that.
Well, this one beats out Rizzo's 25 mile per hour. And JNabs gets it at 13. And you see him laughing, having fun. G2, no pressure, no stress. Just getting the goals to go in somehow, some way.
Rizzo gonna chase this over to the corner. Will get the corner boost, leaving the job to Chicago. Churro with the demo. We saw demos at the start of the series in the first game. Now they're starting to rear their head again. Oh, first killer misread. Now back-to-back demos.
Yeah, they're just trading blows right now. Rizzo tried to bump Turinturo off that back line as well, which put him out of position. And this is going to be dangerous. Rogue with a 3-on-2 and now a 3v2 again. But somehow G2 able to maintain and get this ball back into the blue half.
Chicago trying to poke that one up in the air. JNabs had low boost. See Taroko making a detour to get that mid boost. First killer, double tap pass off the backboard. Churro is there, and Rogue are back within 1.
That pass was beautiful from Taroko, and first killer just chipping it up on that back wall. No one was there, so he's able to get that double tap pass. Turo, all he had to do, get it underneath Rizzo. He's in an awkward spot. And Rogue fighting their way back into this game number 4.
Taroko, boomer of a ball, tough for Rizzo to handle. It went straight up off the ceiling. Fortunately for him, Chicago there to help out. JNabs also there at midfield. G2 is going to have a tough time, I think, keeping Rogue at bay. Another shot coming in. We're approaching that final minute. An insurance goal would be invaluable for G2. We know how explosive Rogue's offense can be. Backboard bounce, Chicago to the side. Rizzo demoing Turo, giving Chicago space to work with. He opts to dribble, flicks it by one, but Turo will boom it down. Rizzo off the ceiling is going to go for a second hit. Back pass to JNaps. Oh, sir, a little scary, but Rizzo able to get that back to JNaps with no problem.
I like that decision there from Rizzo. Go with the back pass. I don't think it was as dangerous as it looked. I think he was definitely calling that out. You saw JNaps starting to creep forward before it even happened. So they planned that one out. I am a big fan of utilizing those back passes. They can be so dangerous, especially when a team thinks that they've got you on the back ropes and then out of nowhere, you bomb the ball downfield.
G2, this win will clinch the group for them. You have to deny the 0-second opportunity. They do it, and G2 will take the win. We're going to be going to Game 5, but G2 securing that #1 spot in their group.
Getting the job done, and JNaps sitting on top, just like I had asked. And it all started with the defense in the first, what was that, 10, 15 seconds, James, where JNaps got that incredible save on the goal line, and what was it? Minute later, they got a goal from it. So good defense transitions into good offense, and G2 forcing game number 5.
Yeah, you really can't forget about that play. The fact that that first goal didn't go in was absolutely mind-boggling. And then the 13-mile-an-hour goal, this one, right? You know, it was a long replay. Lots of bounce in there. But Rogue battled back. They were threatening. And that's something about Rogue that you just have to always be aware of, is their comeback potential. These guys, such a high-powered offense. No matter how big that lead is, it seems like Rogue is a team that can fight their way back into it. That one just a 1-goal game. And now we find ourselves in the final game of the series, Game 5, here on Champions Field. G2 already securing that #1 spot in their group, but Rogue is going to be fighting for that pride and to keep their #2 spot. So here we go.
Back-to-back series going to Game 5. You couldn't ask for a better way this series, or this day rather, to start out.
Rizzo shadowing the ball. Down to Taroko. Chicago.
Oh, there it is.
Shot, it's in. Rizzo, 0 boost. This is that game sense. A quick turn from the win from Chicago. Rizzo just boots it downfield.
I mean, you saw him starting to turn to rotate back, but realized, hey, boost or not, it doesn't matter. I can get to the ball before the defender, and just pokes it right over the top of him. Good heads-up play there from Rizzo, and G2 find themselves on top here in game number 5.
Quick start for G2. You wonder if Rogue's rough day will continue. Already lost one to Xset. Now on the verge of losing another one to G2. Flick up high. Chicago down to the corner, double tap pass. First killer, first one there. First killer, when he's that player on defense that needs to beat someone to the ball on a backboard bounce like that, and he is very rarely beat.
Yeah, he's pretty consistent with those touches. Very consistent player just all around. And prior to this match starting, I was going to ask you a question, and, you know, the goal's already been scored, so it's, oh, no way. No way! They keep the ball out! Chicago and JNips just team up, keep that ball from going in, and hold on to this lead. But I was going to ask, James, do you think that in between game 4 and 5, do you think Rogue should have used a tactical timeout just based off of getting swept on Xset earlier and realizing how important this series is?
I don't think so, especially with these young players. They're going to be eager to just get back into the game and get out on the field. And I think that's the best call as well for a team like Rogue.
Just kind of keep things moving and don't kill the momentum.
Yeah, just get out there on the field. And when you're a young team like they are, A lot of times you just want to get out there and prove yourself.
Oh,
That was a chance to get the equalizer, and yeah, you wonder what was going on there, Subi.
It just flat out missed. That's all you can really chalk it up to.
Rizzo on 0 boost. Ball out to JNabs, he lobs it. Forcing Rogue to use up that boost, get up there and get the touch, but a nice win from Turinturo, but Rizzo will win the 50. Chicago with the demo on first killer as well, slowing down the offensive attack. Chicago going for a 50. Ball out to JNabs. He's far back. JNabs, that third man, playing in that third man position for G2. It's been rock solid as well. Rizzo, the shot off the crossbar, bounces out. JNabs follows it up. A rebound goal for JNabs, and G2 extend their lead.
Keep your eye on Rizzo. Watch him box out the defender. First killer can't turn in, leaves it wide open for JNabs. And great pass from Rizzo, but an even better box out on the defender to leave things wide open.
G2. Twitch chat was right, you know. Twitch chat coming out predicting G2. Right now, they have the 2-goal lead, but Rogue gets a double demo here at the hands of Turinturo. They're going to need one very soon. Turinturo lobs over to first killer, and they get it. First killer going to shoot this one in. There was a bump in net. There was a demo just before that. Great pressure from Rogue.
Yeah, and if you're Rizzo, you're just crossing your fingers there that first killer hits it directly at your nose, because he's got the whole net that he can just paint with the ball. And he did hit it at Rizzo, but it went off his backside into the back of the net. And Rogue only down within 1, and plenty of time to work with here in game number 5. And that's a demo on the back line. It's going to be open, and Chicago has to race back. Good defense there from G2.
Oh, that's dangerous as well. On the goal line, G2 has had so many close calls on the goal line. Rizzo. Now ball over to the other end. First killer. The control. You see him trying to get creative. JNab's going to chase Turinturo down. Has to bail on the chase. Out of boost. Turinturo gets challenged by Chicago. Nice flick. Rizzo's backwards. Gets the touch over to the corner. Happy to melt time off, but now Turinturo pushing this ball downfield. First killer stopped by Chicago. Taroko up in the air. Chicago can't go for it. He's out of boost. Looks like multiple G2 members having to play patient Rocket League due to boost struggles. Chicago, ground pinch. The play broken up. Boost steal from Chicago. Lets Rizzo come in and get the clear. Turo up. JNab's cutting out the play. Boost dominance by G2 in these final moments. Chicago going for the demo on Turinturo. Punching first killer around, but now one more chance. Double commit from G2, but it's good enough. G2 in game 5 will get the win over Rogue.
Man, and they just held on for dear life at the end there. Just kept cutting out those passing lanes, and you saw Rogue. They wanted to launch that ball downfield to try and start their offense from that man cheating forward, but G2 saw it coming from a mile away, and G2 remain undefeated in their group.
G2, Gibbs was talking about it in the green room. He's like, well, with Rizzo's retirement announcement, they're obviously going to win this tournament. So right. He might not be far off. G2 remaining perfect. And in this series, it was a bit sloppy at times, even from both ends. We saw some very strange goals that you don't really see in a G2 Rogue matchup too often, or in any top team matchup too often. But G2, their defense holding on, and they're able to shut out Rogue. So now Rogue is going to have some questions asked about them. They fall to XSET, and now they fall again to G2 after their incredible tournament performances. We're going to have to see if they can remain consistent, Subi.
You know, and I think it's just pretty simple that it boils down to accuracy. There was a few opportunities that they had, and they just went a little too high or a little too wide, and that's how it fell in this match. You got to hit your shots if you're going to succeed against top-level teams.
And it's fun to watch people hit shots. And that's going to bring us right into the Verizon 5G Speed Shot Challenge. We had 30 players submit their clips that we accepted, and they're going to be going head-to-head for the best clip out there. And we've got our first one that we're going to take a look at here, Subi. Number 1 coming at us. This is from Unhealthy Crab Meat. Hard shot from midfield, right underneath the crossbar.
That's a pretty poke from midfield. Gets right underneath the ball to just yoink it from midfield.
And then number 2, we'll see if it can beat that shot. This one from YTZI13. The nice read off the backboard. We take another look at this one, Subi.
That is not easy to do. Gets the first touch and then a double tap off the backboard with the defender in net.
Yeah, that self-pass, something else. But here we have number 3, and this one uses all 3 players from the blue team getting their jumps back up off the ceiling. The triple team pinch from downtown. This was unbelievable.
They look like the Blue Angels going up, coming down together, all in unison, and somehow 203 kilometers per hour. That's a fast goal.
Yeah, so I think I know which clip might be the one that wins, but I'm not the one doing the voting. Twitch chat is.
Well, you
so
can
Twitch
be.
Chat, yeah, I guess I can be. But Twitch chat, get your votes out there in chat. Let us know which clip that you liked most, and we'll select that one to move on. So hopefully we get another look at that one clip. That number 3 clip was something else.
This has been great. I love watching these clips. But yeah, that Blue Angels clip, that's what I'm calling it from now on. That was fun to watch.
It was, but we have more Rocket League that we're going to have to get through, Subi. So we'll go to a quick break, and when we come back, more RLCSX.